Well, there you go, that's a nice sound. 6 cylinders, a 2-stroke all at once. These bikes are both going back out today. 350 triple. And the 750 that we've had in before, which sounds just a little bit throatier. Could listen to that all day. Both bikes going back out. The green Kawasaki 750 that's been in before, people might recognise it. It went out after its last visit to us with a slightly heavy clutch, and we'd said to the owner it could be because it had been parked up for a long time, so he wanted to get some miles on it and see how it went. Just turning the fuel off. It never improved, so he brought it back into us, and we found the clutch basket was fairly badly scored, and the plates blued, steel plates were blued and the friction plates were worn through. So we've done some fairly big changes to the clutch on that, put new plates in all around and filed the basket, which makes it slightly noisier, but it's best option at the moment. The customer is planning in the end to hopefully get a billet clutch for it. I think it's a lock-up clutch that he's looking at getting, which will cure all its problems, but that's a fairly big expense, so for now we just want it to work much better than it was. So all that's been off. I've been into there and sorted that out. The 350 has had quite a work through. As I say, these are both owned by the same chap. He gave us a lot of the parts to do with this 350. We fitted a regulator, a modern single unit regulator rectifier. These bikes originally come from Kawasaki with a separate regulator and rectifier. There's a modern unit which just fits nicely under here. Replaces both of those in one go. He gave us electronic ignition kit, so the points and condensers have been taken off, and we fitted an accent electronic ignition, which just makes the ignition system maintenance proof really. You set the ignition once, and as long as the system carries on working, you never have to adjust it again. Other than that, he gave us some carburetors to fit to it, the 400 carbs. But in the end, one or two things got in the way, and he's decided that he wants to park that project for now. Just wants to get it running and as it is, and just see how it goes, because he's not done an awful lot on it, I don't believe. Few electronic gremlins. The indicators weren't working just because of incorrect wiring here, and the neutral light wasn't working. The sender in the engine down under here, this little sender switch right at the tip of my finger switch, it's actually adjustable. You can alter the height of that. It was too far down into the gearbox, so it was touching the drum all the time, and the neutral light wouldn't go out, and that had meant it had blown the neutral bulb. Little things like that. Front brake, when it came in, was binding. It was grabbing really badly. Those twin leading shoes, very good brakes when they work well, but as soon as you pull the lever, it just grabbed, stuck on it. Pushing it around was difficult, because if you touch the lever too hard, you almost throw the bike over itself. Chamfered the pads on that, and that's it. Been for a couple of test rides. Make sure they're okay, of course. Not unpleasant having to test ride these two bikes, but yeah, the 750 clutch, it's about 80% where you would want it. It's a little bit draggy and heavy still, but you can get neutral when you're parked, and if you put it into gear, it's not trying to pull forward, so we're a long way ahead on that. And the 350 just runs and rides like a lovely little bike. So they're both getting the same trip, same journey now, back to their owner, and the 350 may well be back to us at some point in the future to have this 400 carb kit fitted. We'll see how it goes.